What's up, ballers? We are here with some news and updates for NBA Playground. So I started playing this game last week, slowed down a little bit because there was a little bit of limited content and also a lot of glitches with the game that kind of made it difficult to play. It was still fun to play, but there are definitely a lot of improvements. And today we're going to be looking at a lot of the improvements that they intend to make, including at the end some players that they intend to add as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started just at some issues that they're looking at fixing. Get rid of repeat cards and packs, and not being able to get who you want after 8 hours playing the game. So basically, more players, less repeats, and they said they're working on adding more player variety and reducing player frequency. So they've already talked about the fact that they plan on adding a lot of new players to the game, which is going to be good because there are a lot of really good players that they left out, and also a lot of legends that they could potentially add. So more than likely they won't have Kobe or Michael Jordan simply because their rights would be so expensive, but I know there are a lot of other legends that we will see in the game soon. Next up, will you guys be releasing more tournaments and content in the future? And they said absolutely. Players will come first with friends and a bunch of other improvements, and then they will be adding more tournaments in Playground. So before they add new tournaments, other different game modes and everything, they want to add the ability to play with your friends, so ability to connect to other players that you want to connect to. This would definitely help with collaborations on YouTube with people that just want to play against their friends. And also they said they're going to be working on other improvements and players, and then they'll be adding those other new things. Next up, one thing that's been really annoying for a lot of people is the fact that basically if you're losing, you can just hit the quit button and you automatically don't lose the RP that you would have lost for the game, which is really annoying, especially for people that are playing well. And sometimes it doesn't happen, so you can have somebody else quit the game and you do get the RP and the experience, or there are random times where they quit the game and you don't get the RP and the experience. So it doesn't seem like there's any real discernible pattern. It seems like it's kind of just random at this point. Hopefully they're going to get that fixed, and it'll definitely reduce the amount of people that quit on games and get people to play all the way through so that it's like an actual basketball game, which is going to help me as well, because whenever I'm trying to make a video and somebody just quits after 2 minutes every time and I have to start over, it gets really annoying. Next up, we've got Patch the Stealing. It's a little bit too overpowered. They actually already fixed this one, as far as I know, at least a little bit. They didn't fix the shoving, so the shoving is 100% overpowered. Basically, you're guaranteed to get the ball every time. It's a little bit ridiculous. They fixed stealing a little bit, so in my opinion, it's still overpowered, but they changed the fact that basically you could just spam the steal button over and over again, not lose any stamina. It was pretty much unstoppable, so I'm glad they did fix that and are working on continuing to improve it. Next up, can we add 3v3 in the future? So they've had a lot of requests for that, and they're working on it, so hopefully we'll see other game modes aside from just 2v2, maybe some 1v1, maybe 3v3, maybe even 5v5 in the future. Now that would definitely require some changes in the gameplay style, so it might be a long time until we see 5v5, if we ever see it at all, but who knows, it might be a possibility in the future. Next up, will we have friend features by the end of the month? This is one of the best signs that I think I've seen. It's definitely their plan, and they think that it's feasible, so hopefully by the end of May, we will have friend versus friend features. I am definitely banking on that because I would like to make some videos with other YouTubers in the game. I think it would be really fun, and also really fun to be able to play against friends. Next up, we've got the first card that they announced was going to be added to the game, Klay Thompson. So this is probably one of the most requested cards. This was, I believe, the second card that they announced would be added to the game, as well as a few others. So taking a look at this Klay Thompson, I'm looking forward to this. I know he's probably going to have either a 9 or a 10 3-point shot, which is going to make him deadly, and I'm guessing he will most likely be an epic as well. Next up, we got Giannis being added to the game, so probably one of the best players that are currently in the NBA that hasn't been added yet. Definitely needs to be added. I can see him being both a really solid defender while still being able to score the ball really well, and he's ridiculously tall, so I think he would be really fun to play with as well. Next up, you can see this tweet about Isaiah Thomas. So somebody replied to one of their tweets with a picture of him, and they said, yes, we love Isaiah Thomas, and he's planned and coming soon. This is going to be another really fun one to play with, and a little bit different because he's so much shorter than all the other players. You know that his other stats are going to be ridiculously boosted, especially his speed, stamina, and three-pointer. I think he's going to be really fun to play with and definitely going to be a good addition to the game. And then right here, you can see they've got a clip of Shaq going up against Kenny the Jet Smith. So we know that he has one more player that's going to be added to the game soon. We already have Shaq, but we're going to be seeing Kenny. So hopefully that will be a solid addition to the game as well. Definitely looking forward to that and all the other players that they have planned. But that is probably going to be it for this episode. If you guys have any questions that you have about the game, things that are going to be added, players that are going to be added, you can comment those down below. Also tweet at NBA Playgrounds. They do a really good job of answering questions. So that is going to be about it for this episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more NBA Playgrounds, also hit that like button. We are going for 400 likes on this video, and I will see you guys next time.